Hey everybody, welcome back to Majestic Collectibles. So here's part 2 of the vintage Star Wars collection. If you saw the first video, that was pretty much all action figures, and then this is the vehicles and a few other larger pieces. And kind of like the figures, nothing's complete, nothing's in really super high grade. It's all been used and played with, and that's okay. It does affect the value though quite a bit. I'm going to start out a couple of the neater pieces. I've got Empire Strikes Back lunchbox. This is the plastic one. Ugh. Well, that still works well. It's got some wear on it, but does have the thermos fairly clean, used, but not whoever it was doesn't appear like they got beat up for their lunch money, so that's good. This one's a little rougher. Same year, so these are both, let's see, 1980. That's the metal version, and it is scratched up, and it also has thermos to it, and you can see there's some rust and stuff on the inside. So it's not dented. I think it was just I don't know, it was left someplace damp, basement maybe, just throwing that out. I don't know for sure. Some newer pieces, although these are interesting. So here's Obi-Wan's Jedi Fighter, and this is 2004, and the toys from probably 2001 to 2010 actually are pretty collectible. Now this is played with and used, but the quality and the detail really took a big jump, and they're not as prevalent. The 90s Star Wars toys, even the 70s and 80s, I think I see a lot more of them than I do that first decade of the 2000s. I'm not sure why that is. Cost, maybe they were done making movies before the prequel stuff. Well, I guess it'd be after the prequel, be the sequel series. So I don't know, it's kind of a lull, but good stuff. There's Han's Tauntaun. He doesn't have the I don't know what you call it, the slit in the belly like Luke's. Pretty clean, pretty decent shape on that. And here's an incomplete one. It's Jabba's Day, D-A-I-S. It's missing this, whatever those things are, his lunch bowl. It's the one-armed Jabba, which actually I got to think and make a really cool title to a Star Wars story. And it does have the little annoying guy in there. So again, not complete. Most people, the complete ones are not super uncommon, so I think a lot of that stuff just gets customized from what I've been told by the people buying it. This is a prime example of that. So that's it's what's left of the Dagobah playset. It's the base. Everything's gone, and it's got a chip out of it here. But they still sell because they get kit bashed or customized. I guess the rock does still work there. You can see underneath. So a good base for something. What year is that? 81. Yeah, that's what it said on there. 81 on that. So I mean, interesting, right? But getting with all the parts and pieces would be a lot better. Here's another newer piece, 2004 again. Grievous, is that the War Wheel? What was that called? It says General Grievous Wheel. Probably couldn't fit all on the label. This is, Grievous had a little battle damage there, so he's got that foot cut off at the ankle. Darn Jedi. No wonder he's mad at him. Fairly complete. It's again a great detailed piece. I still think people, they're playing with them. The kids like them. The fans of the movie like them. They're really neat, well done toys. So it's something that not huge value, but does sell. Now here's a neater piece. This is new, 2002, X-Wing Fighter. And this is the Dagobah one, so I put this all in a bag. So that's like plastic. It's supposed to be that moss, because it sinks into the swamp after he lands in Dagobah and all that. That goes with it. No figures, no astromech droid. but really sharp detail, pretty complete. So it's got the cannons on them. They do come off, so for safety and things, these have always kind of made to pop off, so I guess it makes it harder to stab somebody, so that makes sense. And this one, I don't know, this one must have been more on display than played with, because it definitely does not have the wear the rest of the pieces do. Great looking piece, great detail on it. Red 5, that's Luke's ship. So in comparison, or contrast I should say, here's an original X-Wing. What's left of it? It's missing just about everything it could be missing. A lot of yellowing. I didn't really try and clean it. Oh, here, let me, I guess it kind of, yeah, it's not worth the effort. But again, it is original, 1978, dated on that one. Just going to be customized or used in a graveyard or something. Boneyard piece. This is another one. This is 83. It's a Y-wing, a little better shape, missing the ion cannons, missing the missiles or bombs, whatever you want to call it. These are very common. They had 4 struts and there was a cone that came back out of them. Usually missing, broken, warped. You can replace them. It's probably not worth it. Let's see, I'm trying to think. The battery compartment, I don't remember. Let me try and pop this open here. Well, maybe I'm not. That's usually not a good sign. Nope, she's not going to open up today. But the battery compartment, if I remember right, was pretty clean on it. Again, nothing to write home about. ATSTs are always popular. This one's got battle scars and damage, dirt and some yellowing. They always sell though. Not, you know, I got 35 on it. I don't know if I'll get that or not, but you know, they do tend to move. They seem to be popular. I think people use them for the dioramas. It's fairly complete. I was thinking there was well, maybe it's a different one. I was thinking there was a dish or something that maybe went on there. That's there. That's usually missing, that armor panel thing. And that was dated, let's see, 80, let me look at my tag here, 82 or 83. And then well, it's not the biggest piece. I'm not going to, well, let me see. If I can slide this forward. He actually stands fairly well. Most of them do if the legs aren't busted up. It's not quite as awkward as you think. Missing the front turbo laser cannons, which is not unusual. A lot of these side cannons sometimes are missing or broken. They're there. You can see it's got, that looks like rust. It must have been sitting on, oh, maybe that lunchbox or something metal that was wet and rusty. Decals are kind of sort of there. Everything's, you know, I guess operational. I didn't really see a lot. Oh, get my X-Wing out of the way. I didn't really see a lot like flat out broken on it. Sometimes that door does not stay shut. And then you can move it in here and you can do all sorts of fun stuff with the, yeah, so you can take out those Rebel power generators on Hoth whenever you like. So pretty good stuff. Great toy though, and they do sell. People want 3 of them for some reason. Go figure, right? Here's another one. It's Darth Vader. I think it's Darth Vader's Star Destroyer. It's kind of the chamber. You know, he sits in there. Again, that's from Empire. This is, the top's missing. The battery compartment's clean. There's just, you know, you can't do anything. I think it's missing the cannon on the front. Really, really dirty, grimy piece. And I actually did try and clean this one up, and I just gave up. So I don't know what anybody's going to do with this. It's not a common piece. It's not one that I see a lot of, but I also don't really have anybody asking me for it either. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. It is an oddball, rarer piece. 1980 is that one is dated. Now I've got just a couple more. Bear with me here. I've got, you'll see why I couldn't get this all on the front. So here's Dagobah. Or Dagobah. This is the Ewok Village. I don't know why I said Dega, but it's not the swamp, it's the tree village. Original piece, you can see it's not all there. Let's see, 80, 83 on that one. And I did get a few bits and pieces. I got the campfire, some of the railings, elevator, the throne chair for 3PO is in there. So I did get a few bits and pieces. This one's actually not busted up and it was fairly clean. So I was really happy about that. So that was great. Here's just it's a tin. It was a t-shirt tin. I've never seen this. It's a newer one because it says Disney, so you know it's after the sale. And I'm not really even looking at the, I don't see a year on it. It's empty. Well, I think it's empty. Yeah, it's empty. So that came with it. I don't know. It's a nice novelty piece. Probably put it, I don't know, maybe on the $5 table, and then when it doesn't sell, I'll move it back to the dollar table. Don't think anybody's really gonna you know, be too interested in it. So I got just a few more, and I'm going to go with this one. This is one of my favorite pieces. Another piece I don't see a lot, at least not intact. It doesn't have the bone. That's the Rancor, and it does the jaw. So it does work. So you can munch Luke or the Rancor Keeper, you know, whatever you want, really. I don't know if they're picky eaters or not. But this is probably one of the cleaner pieces, if not the cleanest piece. 1983, and actually that's probably the best one, I think, overall. Would be Roxy there. Roxy the Rancor. So that's really neat. I'm gonna just show you, I've got it apart because it's huge, but it's a really nice piece. This is another one of those early 2000 pieces. I got the TIE Fighter here. Let me snap the panels in. Always a popular toy. And again, these are, there we go. These are pretty well done. Lots of detail on them. Well made. Look really nice. You can see must have been stored wrong. So I don't know if that's, I think it's the spring in there. Something's not right. But if you set it down, it'll be straight. And it does have the chair and cockpit, and the other one, it had kind of a lift out deal that's missing sometimes. But again, another decent piece, not expensive, but I do think it'll sell. I don't think that's going to last very long on that. And let's see, I think I got one. Yep, I got one more. And this one's rough. It's a real shame. Probably the most popular piece, I would say. The AT-ST or AT-AT would be close. But it's a 79 Millennium Falcon. But it is yellowed. You can see how that looks on the top compared to the bottom. I'm guessing sunlight, could be smoke, but tobacco, but I don't think so. The arms here, the droid ball thing, whatever, is not. Turbo cannon's missing. I do have the ramp, which is pretty well sought after, and I've got one of the smuggling plates that goes, I think it's that one, and then I've got the back plate on it, and the canopy's in there. And I don't know if it's the original canopy, because man, that is really like super bright white. And I've seen differences before, because I think the plastic is a little softer on this canopy. It's a little different plastic, but boy, they're not, you can see they're a ways apart. This might be, I usually don't do this, but this might be a part out candidate. I don't know yet. So much of it is missing, and honestly, most of the value is right there, is in that side ramp. Those things bring some money. And that one's actually white. Again, you can see the contrast. So it doesn't have the discoloration. So that's a pretty darn good piece to maybe part out. I just don't know yet. I'll figure it out as I go. So that's it. This is the last of this Star Wars collection. I don't have any more coming in, but hopefully we'll have some soon. I've got the show in let's see, Johnston, Iowa. It's the mini con, and that would be this Saturday. That's February 22nd. So if you're watching it after that, in 2025 or later, then it's not. But if you happen to be around, come and see me. Check out my other videos, guys, and thanks for watching.